I never knew my channel was going to be a Nier Automata channel, but if I do a Nier Automata 2B, I should do it alright. Yeah, I didn't get a good small company 2B, but I got almost all of them. I'm trying, but not going to give you what I can do it all, but I'm going to try. Anyway, this is the last few Nier Automata figures. Flare 2B, Nier Automata 2.0, distributor is Square Enix, the maker is Flare. And when we talk about Flare, we know that we did have one of the best 2B figures from Flare some time ago, 6 years I believe. And unfortunately, when I took her out to film, her skin part has its plasticizers released and it's now a sticky mess. Looks okay, but already broken. So don't buy too many figures. But we know Flare was legendary with this figure. Let's not talk about Prime 1 or SGD Studios because they are not scale figures. And scale figures we're talking about today. But can this figure rival the previous Flare? I hope so. It might break with time. I figured many people are not into looking at boxes, but if you're wondering what comes with it when you buy a pre-owned, here it is. It's really funny they didn't change the box here, so let's just add it here. They actually didn't even change the base. I wonder what else they didn't change. I used to be bothered by the tape surrounding the boxes because someone got violent with me because I sold them an unopened box which has 2 tapes on one side. If you're watching this and you're the one, I'm sorry. I mean this as a joke, but I'm gonna cut all tape removal scenes in future content. Wow. The smell of fresh plastic. It feels like Chanel number 5 to me. Doesn't smell the same, of course, just the same excitement. And of course, we need instructions. What you see is what you get, but do you know what frustrates me the most? It doesn't have pod. I mean, every single unboxing we look at pod and say, good pod. Actually, I'm actually saddened. I'm fine if Kaine doesn't come with Greenmore, but 2B cannot come without pod. And you know what I hate most with scale figures? Tie wires. I just want to open it, not meddle with it. But if you look at this blister box and wonder why life feels so empty, yes, it's because it's without pod. Really feels like a bad breakup. But before you think, I don't want a 2B that doesn't look like she hasn't slept for days. Nah, that's not true. Also, we thought that her lips are too thick. Nah, that's also not true. But his head is so carefully painted and sculpted, we actually see a lot of details in the hair. And the best thing is, she looks good at every angle. One more thing, I'm glad to have this over Anime 2B. I really don't like Anime 2B. It also comes to my attention that the base is the exact same base. The opinion is subjective, of course, but I like the same. I like my food to be the same, I like my preferences to be the same, and of course, things that I like should remain the same. And if you're a weeb like me, I mean, I think the whole world has become weebs. You don't think so? Then you will like Japanese swords. Wait, I don't even know the name of this sword. Virtuous Contract. But do you know the name of this? I bet you don't. But still, if you do, tell me what it is. Anyway, the video speaks for itself. The swords are made with such great details. I want to say sculpting is not too difficult because you just use game assets and print it out in 3D. But the painting is immaculate. Zero paint bleeds and the sword is very useful when you're having afternoon tea. The same details are also present in Virtuous Contract. Definitely one of the best accessories out there. Not so NSFW. The battle damage torso mimics very great embroidery. Painting shows a very great representation of satin-like material. Creases makes it look very real too, but the exaggerating tie sculpt is also a plus. I love this sculpt. Here we have the whole figure. I noticed there are a few new figure collectors on my channel, and if you haven't know, a figure comes in parts almost like this. Just that for most figures, they are glued permanently. The head sculpt is probably the same head sculpt as the unveiled version. I also just want to say that figure collecting is really subjective. The videos help a lot, and I just want to say I have never posted my 2Bs with her eye patch on. The top part of the torso, by the way, is phenomenal. If you look at the creases and the armbands, I can't help but think that there is a sense of realism. The feathers are really detailed, but one of the most impressive things is how the sculptor and the painter manages to create an illusion. An illusion that the materials are different. Anyway, because the sculptures are different, it doesn't mean every Flare product is good, but this release is exceptional, because if you look at the boots, they chose to go with the leather texture rather than the polyester texture. With the creases, I believe this is one of the better sculpts out there. Also, you have to see that the soles are actually made rubber. I mean, representation of rubber. It's too amazing. The undersides of the skirt has a lot of details too, which means the top of the skirt should have the same embroidery. Damn, the workmanship is top notch with this release. Legs can be removed with this release to fit the torso. But for the last part of the video, damn, look at those legs. The material representation is very real with this one, but I just want to show that even if the parts can be removed on this figure, they are very seamless to me. Well, to me it is. Putting it together, honestly, I can't believe how good this 2B is. My god. I know I put the sword wrongly, but I'll fix it later. The one bad thing about this figure is I don't like the pose. The swords on the right, they filled the space very asymmetrically. It kinda makes no sense to me, and if we rotate this, there's really just a few good angles with this. I'm gonna say I love this figure very much. It's very detailed. It makes it very precious to have. Also, because it's 2B, I have a special love for this figure. And to conclude, this figure is very safe to purchase. Another great 2B figure. Thank you very much for watching to the end. Also, thank you for watching the same backdrop for years. I think it's time to change the backdrop, and I figured I need a month to redo the room. Until then, wait, I'm not taking a break yet, but when I do, I might take a month. Until then, oh, please subscribe. YouTube seldom recommends anime videos, but thank you. And remember, scale figures perish, so buy wisely. See you. Thank you for watching.